Hello, and welcome to the English Flow podcast. I am your host, Lucas. I am so happy you are here with me today. Today, we have a very special episode for you. We are going to learn English with stories. The title of our story today is The Man Who Was Afraid to Speak English. This is a story for everyone who feels nervous when they talk. It is a story about courage and learning. Before we start the story, I have a very important request for you. Please subscribe to this channel right now. Click the subscribe button and the bell icon. If you subscribe, you will not miss our future episodes about learning English with stories. We want to help you speak English fluently and confidently. So, please join our community and let us learn together. Now, let us begin our story. Once upon a time, there was a man named Arthur. Arthur was a very kind and intelligent man. He lived in a big city with many people. Arthur loved the English language. He studied English every single day. He had many books in his house. He read English grammar books. He read English newspapers. He even wrote in his diary in English. Arthur was very good at reading and writing. He understood all the difficult words. He knew all the grammar rules perfectly. However, Arthur had a very big secret. He had a big problem. Arthur was terrified to speak English. He was afraid to open his mouth and say words. He thought people would laugh at him. He thought his accent was bad. This fear lived inside him every day. It stopped him from making friends. It made him feel very lonely in the big city. One sunny morning, Arthur decided to go to a coffee shop. He loved coffee very much. He wanted to order a hot cappuccino. He walked to the coffee shop on the corner of the street. He stood outside the door for a long time. He was practicing his sentence in his head. He thought, "I would like a cappuccino, please." He said it in his mind 10 times. "I would like a cappuccino, please." He felt ready. But when he opened the door, he saw many people inside. The coffee shop was very busy. There was a long line of people. Arthur felt his heart beat very fast. His hands started to shake. He felt very hot. He looked at the barista behind the counter. The barista was speaking very fast English. Arthur felt his fear grow. He was too scared to speak. He turned around and walked out of the shop without his coffee. Arthur walked to a park and sat on a bench. He felt very sad and disappointed in himself. He watched children playing and birds flying. He thought about his fear. "Why am I so afraid?" he asked himself. "I know the words. I know the grammar. Why can I not speak?" He felt like he was in a prison. His fear was the wall of the prison. Then, a tourist walked up to Arthur. The tourist had a map in his hand. The tourist looked lost and confused. He looked at Arthur and smiled. The tourist asked, "Excuse me, sir, can you help me? Where is the train station?" Arthur froze. He knew the answer. He knew exactly where the train station was. It was very close, but his mouth did not open. He just pointed his finger down the street. He did not say one word. The tourist said, "Thank you," and walked away. That evening, Arthur made a very important decision. He was tired of being afraid. He was tired of being silent. He did not want to miss opportunities anymore. He wanted to help people. He wanted to order coffee. He wanted to make friends. Arthur looked in the mirror and said, "Tomorrow, I will speak. I will speak English, even if I make a mistake." He realized that mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are how we learn. Every baby falls when they learn to walk. Every student makes mistakes when they learn a new skill. Arthur understood that perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. He went to sleep with a new hope in his heart. He was ready to try again. He was ready to face his fear. The next day, Arthur went back to the same coffee shop. It was busy again. The smell of coffee was in the air. Arthur stood in the line. His heart beat fast again, but he did not leave. He stayed in the line. He took a deep breath. He waited for his turn. The barista looked at him and smiled. "Hello, what can I get for you?" the barista asked. Arthur looked at the barista. He opened his mouth. He spoke slowly and clearly. He said, "Good morning. I want a cappuccino, please." Arthur realized he made a grammar mistake. He said, "I want" instead of "I want." He waited for the barista to laugh. He waited for the people to point at him. He was ready for the embarrassment. But a wonderful thing happened. Nobody laughed. The barista did not laugh. The people in the line did not laugh. The barista just smiled and said, "Sure, one cappuccino coming up. Anything else?" Arthur was shocked. He was so surprised. The barista understood him. The mistake did not matter. The communication was successful. Arthur smiled a very big smile. He said, "No, thank you. That is all." He paid for his coffee and waited. He felt a heavy weight lift off his shoulders. He felt light and free. He spoke English. He made a mistake, and the world did not end. He felt very proud of himself. He took his coffee and sat at a table. It was the best coffee he ever tasted. Arthur started to speak to more people. He said hello to his neighbors. He asked the bus driver about the time. He spoke to the cashier at the supermarket. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes he used the wrong verb. Sometimes he forgot a word, but he did not care anymore. He learned that people are usually kind. People want to understand you. They do not care about perfect grammar. They care about connection. Arthur made a new friend named Sarah. Sarah was learning English too. They met for coffee every week. They practiced speaking together. They laughed at their mistakes together. Arthur was no longer the man who was afraid to speak English. He was Arthur, the man who speaks English with joy. This story teaches us a very valuable lesson. Many of you listening today are like Arthur. You know many English words. You understand me when I speak, but you are afraid to talk. You are afraid to make mistakes. I want to tell you that it is okay. Please do not be afraid. Speak English today. Speak to your dog. Speak to your mirror. Speak to a friend. Make mistakes. Mistakes are your friends. Mistakes show that you are trying. If you do not make mistakes, you do not learn. Be brave like Arthur. Go out into the world and use your voice. Your voice is important. We have come to the end of our episode today. I hope you enjoyed The Man Who Was Afraid to Speak English. It is a simple story, but it has a powerful message. Remember, language is for connecting with people. It is not a test. Do not worry about being perfect. Just try to speak. I want you to practice this week. Say one sentence in English to someone. You can do it. Thank you so much for listening to the English Flow podcast. Before you go, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms to see more lessons and tips. Share this episode with your friends who are learning English. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.